Peace and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to learn about making this beautiful, trendy and ratchet dress. It's actually great because I just had a baby a few weeks ago and it's perfect for my tummy and it's comfortable and I think it's quite trendy and beautiful. So sit back and enjoy, and I hope you learn how to make it. First things first, obviously you need the fabric, you need scissors, tape measure, rulers and a chalk for marking or whatever. The fabric we're using here is mate soft fabric, soft satin. First of all, you fold this into four. That means you fold it into half and then fold another half. So you have the folded part, the folded part on one side and then the selvage on the other side. Starting with the folded side, this includes both front and back folded together. I go a 3 by 3, which means I go 3 inches deep and then 3 inches wide for the neckline. This is the back neckline. And for the front neckline, I'm going to go down by 5. So it's still going to be 3 inches wide and then 3 inches down for the V-neck. I decided to go for a V-neck, so this is what you see me do here. After I'm done with this, I'm going to start inputting half of my shoulder measurement. So this is whatever you get for your shoulder, you divide by 2 and then you start from the neckline, you measure. And then on the full sleeve part, I'm going to go down 2 inches. This is for the shoulder slope, so you can have that really beautiful effect on the shoulders and it won't be boxy. Obviously, you know our shoulders are slanted, so this will give you that look. So I slanted here and I joined the wrist part all the way to the shoulder. Next, I'm going to cut out the neckline, the back neckline, and then cut off the shoulder slant as well. Now that the two pieces are separate, I'm going to take out the back piece and then start working on the front piece. First thing I did on the front was to cut off the front neck. And right before attaching the front and the back together, it's always a good idea to first of all work on the front and then attach the back. So I laid flat with the wrong side facing up, and then of course I have the extra pieces, the ones that I'm going to use to make a casing. So I'm going to show you how I did it here. I'm first of all trying to fit and see how long they are so that I know exactly where to cut and how much of it I need for the casing. To make the casing for the ratchet effect, first thing I did was to sew the strip together with the right side on the inside and the wrong side on top. After I finish sewing, I'm going to turn the right side on the outside and then iron it flat so that I will have a flat strip, and then I'm going to sew this strip on the front, on the wrong side of the front piece. I also used smaller stripes and made them did the same thing and then turned them inside out so that the right side would be out to make the the strips that I'll use to create the ratchet effect. Once this is done, I'm going to get the bigger strip and then sew it on the center front. After you're done, you can decide to input the strip at this point, but I think for the next step it would have been much easier if I would have just left this part out first and created everything else before inserting the stripes. I also decided to create a v-neck instead of inserting the bias strip, as you can see me do in the video. So I created, which I'll probably make a video of it later on in the series, in the sewing series, so you'll get to see me create a v-neck. After inserting the v-neck I had made, I placed the back and the front pieces together and attached them at the shoulder seam. After attaching the front and the back together at the shoulder seam, I went ahead to finish all the edges and the hem as well. At this point now, it's time to insert all the measurements so that you can have the good fit on your body. So I start to measure out the shoulder to bust, and then the shoulder to waist and the shoulder to hip, and these are the vertical measurements that I needed. Then from the center front, I went ahead and measured my bust size, divide by 4, then plus 1 inch for allowance. That is the sewing allowance as well as some ease, so you'll be able to fit into the outfit. Remember when I said it's better not to have put in the stripes? This is why, because if I hadn't put them in, then it would be much easier to put down all these measurements from the center front without having all the puckering and the creasing. So for future reference, before you do something like this, make sure first of all you put all the measurements and the joints and everything, so that you have joined all the measurements before putting in the ratchet effect. I used my chalk and joined all the lines all the way down to the hem. I used the hip measurement and a little bit more of an allowance at the bottom and joined the line all the way to the hem. And from here I do the same thing on the other side, and I also drew a line all the way to the bottom so that I can stitch all the way down to create the figure that I want on the dress. At this point, all you have to do is just stitch on that line. It will be like a guideline for you, and then you stitch all the way down and it's done. And here is myself rocking the dress on my hallway. Yeah, so I love the dress and I'll be wearing it soon when I'm ready to go out. It's my hope that you enjoyed watching this process with me, and of course, as I made the outfit without a pattern. In future, I'll be making more of these types of outfits where I do not actually need a pattern but just draft it directly on the fabric. So it's my hope that you will enjoy and learn with me along the process. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.